2 laps to go.
So Connor got close enough just to get a bit of a feel and a smell for it, but it looks like for certain Sebastien has the faster car. We'll just want to see if we can gap him a little bit more on this lap, a little bit more traffic up ahead.
That's just a lotion. And other than he, there is no one ahead for about half a mile ahead of Lotion. Daly can just get a little bit closer. He'll start filling up Bourdais' mirrors, and that is always a problem when somebody is that close. Sebastien Bourdais' team used the same fuel strategy as winner Alexander Rossi to get a 10th place finish out of what had been a very difficult month on the oval track. He spent the week between here in Detroit and Indianapolis with his family in a motorhome at the Cedar Point Amusement Park. Said it's one of the highlights of their season, a family road trip between the 2 races. Now he's 1 lap away from capping off that family road trip with a checkered flag for a 2nd year in a row at Detroit.
So much experience, as you mentioned, Eddie. And for the Motor City right now, a Chevrolet powered car running first.
Honda second. Turn 7, the final time. Half a lap to go. Open wheel racing statistics, this victory will tie Sebastien Bourdais with Bobby Unser for 6th all time as he comes to the final corners. They worked their magic on pit lane, and he did the rest. Checkered flag, and Sebastien Bourdais wins at Detroit for a 2nd straight year.
And Jimmy Vassar there, both team owners excited for the win.
They're making a habit of winning in Detroit. What a great win. They saved the day for GM.
Hell of a drive, bud. You must make it. Hell of a drive.
Summed up on both sides of that radio conversation. Great strategy, got him in position, and a great drive did the rest. Did not put a foot wrong all the time. That was very tricky today's cup, wasn't it?
I think now it's settling in. It took him half the time to really understand what was going on there. You know, that's the thing about this series. Not only do we have so many different various tracks coming from Indianapolis last week, now to a street course, and the guys will go off to a 1.5 mile oval next week. So the diversity of these drivers are amazing, but also the competitiveness in the series. I mean, here's a mid-level team that's coming out and beating the powerhouse teams of Penske, Ganassi, and Andretti Autosport. So I think it's one of the most competitive series here in the world.
This race had a lot. When you think about all the different things that happened in this race, from the troubles on pit road for Scott Dixon early, the accident that kind of threw Simon Pagenaud's initial pit strategy into a wrench. Will Power, one of the contenders to win, sitting in the runoff for the rest of the race with the right rear wheel missing from his car. The weather threatening, spinning, never just opening up. And the strategy play that gets Sebastien Bourdais back into the winner's circle. Strategy is becoming a very important component to IndyCar racing. Well, look, when everyone has good equipment, and the drivers are all good, and it's hard to find ways to gain an advantage technically, that's how you pass them.
Now that is a very convincing win.
And they will need to rest well tonight because we get to come back again tomorrow.
How tired do you think their hands and their forearms will be tomorrow morning?
Well, we've driven here. We understand that. I mean, we used to take a week.
He doesn't have a week. He's got one good dinner and a night sleep.
Of the team. One of the first in the car was Jimmy Vasser and Sebastien. Jimmy came right to the car with that huge grin because between the two of you was strategy today. That was just a great call from pit lane, and you had to deliver.
Yeah, I mean, the car was obviously really quick, and all we needed was clean air to come back from that, pretty average qualifying, and I mean, I really couldn't, dream of that. I don't even know how we got there. We just ran like stink most of the race, and it worked out, so it couldn't be any happier for Chevrolet and Graxicat today.
Well, funny enough, the key was that you didn't care for the red sidewall Firestone, so you wanted to get rid of them, so you pitted on lap 3. That turned out to be the bomb, because your pit sequence then worked perfectly.
Yeah, I think it would have worked even better had we, not pit with everybody else, because we ended up just pretty much where we were before, so I couldn't pass Gabby, and it was like for a long time I really thought the strategy was a total mess and it was never going to work, and then when we finally got some clean air, then I could start to click some quick lap times and make it happen.
Now last year you won race number 2, now you won race number 1. Obviously you're just shocked that you're here, but what about this momentum for tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I can only hope for good conditions and hopefully a better qualifying, because I think if we put that 11 car up front in qualifying, it's going to be tough to beat.
All right, fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing better than winning when you worked hard for it, and they worked hard for it today here in Detroit. Sebastien Bourdais, the winner of race 1 in the duel at Detroit. More to come from the Motor City in just a minute.